because Cynthia, and let me just see, Cynthia was sharing with me, and I think I've shared some of this with you guys as well, that a lot of events that are going to be taking place here on the earth are going to all kind of like come at one time. And she's actually right. She is actually right. But a lot of what she writes in there are what scientists believe could happen. Here we go. I got it now. She said that the geomagnetic excursion, which the Earth is now experiencing, is expected to dramatically speed up a few months from now. She said, you've done a show on the map of the new USA. I should be able to get the new copy of the new naval map that they're put out. By the way, just letting you guys know that. She says, seems that we are experiencing several single would-be calamities all at the same time. Well, that's very true. So this is what I was told about this, that, we were talking about we talked about Cynthia's letter, and that yes, in September there was a great concern of a collapse of the magnetosphere, but that it's really important to know that's only a probability. We have really no way of knowing for sure. And one of the things that I was told was that many people, including myself, feel that Planet X is the one that is causing all these disturbances that we're experiencing, but that's really not the case. I was told that the veil between dimensions is collapsing. There are certain attributes from other dimensions affecting us in our own construct. And our own construct is failing, and there is a tremendous magnetic force that's at play that's causing an interference. And that's why some people think it's Planet X, when in reality it's not. I was told that Planet X is held in a place within the ether. It's one of the reasons why you don't see Planet X. They're tracking it, they do know it's coming, but it actually runs in the ether, which is between dimensions. But when I was told about this veil between dimensions is collapsing, I didn't at first think of the biblical account where Jesus speaks about heaven and earth shall pass away. But what made me realize more about this, it was the writing from the Egyptian writing, because it literally speaks about the heavens collapsing upon one and the other. This was after the great wars that are being fought on the earth. This is after the sun and the moon don't shine, things like that. This is after the great earthquakes and things, just like what Jesus says. Everything that Jesus says, those things and how they'll proceed, when they ask him the question, when will the end be? And he goes into great detail in Matthew 24. Well, the same thing is done in this particular book as well. It goes into those great details. And I cannot attest to this being a biblical narrative by any means when I say this. I only quote to you this latter part of this writing because it's like what Jesus says already. As long as I can find a biblical comparison, then I don't mind sharing that type of information with you. I was also told there are different attributes appearing on our planet, on our plane of existence as a result of what's happening. This is why when Jesus says in the book of Luke, I believe it is, let me just see if I can pull this up. Let's see. Let's try it this way. Man's hearts. Maybe it's men's. It's in the book of Luke. Yeah, man's hearts. Right here, 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. All right, now follow this. Seriously, friends, follow this, what I'm telling you. I'm being told that the veil between dimensions is collapsing. Certain attributes from other dimensions are affecting us in our construct. There's tremendous magnetic interference. Then he goes on to tell me there are different attributes appearing on our plane of existence. Now what he goes on to, and he quoted to me right out of Luke 21:26, not knowing that what he's saying, he knew it was written in Luke 21:26. And he even said to me, he says, Steve, we're getting reports right now like never before of these entities appearing on the earth. He said, even in Tennessee, there's a mountain range in eastern Tennessee that we've had from rangers and police, etc., of seeing creatures like never seen before ever. And he said, I can't help but think of the scripture where it says men's hearts will fail them for fear. Now notice, and looking for those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Powers of heaven. What powers? Okay? Are the powers... Is that the shaking of the heavens is because those dimensions are collapsing? And also, this is too where Jesus says in Luke, where he records it, there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, the stress of nations with perplexity and the sea and the waves roaring. And I asked about, the tidal waves. They said, I asked specifically because of the asteroid passing, and he says, no, we're not expecting any tidal waves at this time, but they have shared with me through the looking of this crystal that they had gotten where they could see things of the future. That was one of the major things they saw were tidal waves and the rising of the sea and things like that, all being disturbed between the years 2022 and 2026. This is not, so friends, when I tell you these things, this is not something that's just going to all come to pass this year, this week, or anything like that. This is a situation that's going to be happening over the next, 8-10 years, something like that. But we are in a time of perplexity like another time ever before in the human world. And when I sit there and I saw these things, I was just really taken back. I'm going to be going into also this issue about the viruses. I won't do it on this broadcast because I want to stay focused on this. I cannot do it on Patreon because when you speak about the virus, you cannot do those things on Patreon. But I will tell you, as I mentioned to you already, they're going to blame an alien virus outbreak on a meteorite striking the earth, but it's not going to be that at all. It is a virus. It is alien. It is extraterrestrial. It is for depopulation. And it will be released and blamed on an asteroid or comet, meteorite, whatever you want to call it. So as you listen to different people disseminate out there that, oh wow, there's going to be a meteorite and we could potentially have a virus, an outbreak, and some horrible thing could happen, they're not prophesying to you. They're lying to you is what they're doing. Oh, they're telling you the truth as far as the propaganda, but I already know. And according to Harold, they released an extraterrestrial virus in the Netherlands already. They're going to let you get a little bit of a free time right now. That's why you see all the glass mirrors coming down in all the places and stuff. And even Biden says on TV, oh wow, gosh, golly gee, gas prices are up, but COVID virus is down. They got it all planned out. Listen, we love you. We're about to unleash a barrage of information exposing the enemy. As I mentioned to you already, my wife has already released the first in a series of articles, and it's extremely well written with proofs. We need your help. We really do. If you feel led on your heart to support this ministry financially, please do. Patreon, I am limited. Some people, most of the things that I share with you are from the intelligence side, but I'm limited on things that I can share there because of the fact of censorship there as well. So far, only on iConnect is the one avenue we have